And then all of a sudden, Matt calls me up one day and he goes, Brian, you're not going to believe this, man. I just got invited to the Bahamas. They're flying me, I think, on a private jet down to the Bahamas to go talk with Sam Bankman-Fried about the future of my game company. Good Luck Games is what it was called.
Okay.
Because it turns out that Sam Bankman-Fried is a consequence of two events. The first one, his friendship with Josh Utter-Leyton, who had made the game. I guess he had heard about it. And then Sam Bankman-Fried, because he's a big gaming nerd, also knew about Magic. He had played Magic plenty of times. And he was a fan of one of the most famous Magic players in the world, another friend of mine, Luis Scott Vargas, LSV as he's known. A lot of people know, I'd estimate 1 million people or more know who LSV is, maybe even more than that, maybe 2 or 3 million. He's written for Channel Fireball, Hall of Famer, unbelievably cool dude. And LSV had been hired by Matt to help promote Storybook Brawl, because LSV loved the game also and is happy to help. And so LSV was evangelizing Storybook Brawl on his channel, and Sam Bankman-Fried saw that evangelism.
Okay.
And he put 2 and 2 together, and he downloaded it, and he started playing it. And pretty soon, no work was getting done. I mean, work, right?
They're just playing.
What are we really talking about here?
Yeah, exactly.
Less
working
work
right
was
now.
being done in the studio. And because everybody was addicted to playing Storybook Brawl. And then they looked at the numbers on Steam and they went, what the hell's going on? Why do only 220 people play this game? It's the best auto battler ever. So they invited Matt down there and pitched him on the idea of selling his game company to FTX. Like, wine denied him. He hung out in the penthouse. And at one point, the guys in the penthouse had to leave the conversation because they were having dinner with Will Smith, who was in town to discuss some, hey, we'll pay you $30 million for a half hour of your time, Will.
Right. Yeah.
The economics of this work out, I promise.
So FTX wanted to buy it. Oh, man.
They wanted to own it because Sam thought, I think quite rightfully, honestly, that if it had real promotion, real clout, real polish, he was intending to invest millions of dollars into the game to polish it up, to really make it AAA. If it had had that kind of promotion, it would have been a meteor.
Right.
It would have been a meteor. And Matt was unfortunately promised, a chunk of the proceeds when it became meteoric. You get a whole bunch of the stardust.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, after Matt sold the company, I won't disclose what it was sold for, but after he sold the company to FTX, they made an announcement. Good Luck Games made an announcement about the partnership. They announced the partnership. They also talked about how FTX might be integrating NFTs into the game. That was one of their plans, to have NFTs in it. And the community abandoned the game. People publicly posted that they were going to be going and deleting their account, even though they put 1,000 hours in. I'm deleting my account right now. Here's a video. Because I am not touching NFTs. These things are toxic as hell. I'm not going to be associated with them. That's totally against the ethos of the whole game. This is something that Matt and his partners could not have predicted. I think they did not understand the animus that existed, particularly on Reddit, towards NFTs at that point.
Yep.
And now we know why, right? It's totally evident and obvious.
Yep.
And so they took over stewardship of Storybook Brawl and they ran it straight into the ground alongside every other IP that they were associated with when the company went bankrupt in November of 2022. And it dragged Storybook Brawl down into the abyss with it.
Wow.
It stayed online for another couple of months while they were going through, they were going through the bankruptcy proceedings there.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a disaster. And then honestly, the best game I think I've played in the last decade, maybe, roughly, since I started playing Dream Quest in 2014.
Okay.
The best game I played in the last decade is dead and gone forever, which is just a terrible tragedy. One bright spot, though, and I'll definitely pitch it. My friend Matt is well
I was
into...
going to say, what's Matt doing now?
He is well into the development of what is essentially this sequel to Storybook Brawl.
Okay, there we go. There is a silver lining.
There is a silver lining, and it gave him an opportunity to do a lot of iteration on things that they thought were problematic with the original game.
Hey, folks, thanks for checking out this clip from the Business Line podcast. For more great clips, click here and click over here for full episodes.